The woman deliberately grabbed her ex-boyfriend's hand and slapped it across her own face. Her father and stepmother, who were present, were stunned by this move. They all said she had lost her mind. But the woman didn't care at all, because she knew they would be done for in the next second. Sure enough, a dashing man in black soon appeared. The woman immediately put on a look like a poor, helpless kitten and begged him for help. The man in black got the message. He pulled out his belt right away and gave the thugs a good beating. The reason the woman was so sure the man in black would stand up for her was that in her past life, she had been killed by her father, stepmother, and their whole family. What shocked her even more was that her boyfriend had betrayed her too, all just to steal the company shares her mother had left her. It was in the middle of their fake smiles that she realized her mother had also been murdered by them. Furious, she tried to rush over to get revenge, but she was only a powerless spirit. That was when the man in black showed up. It was Chu Chenin, the man who had controlled her for years and whom she'd always seen as a devil. To her surprise, his cold eyes gave an order, and he avenged her in no time at all. Right after that, the man left his final confession in front of her body and then took poison to end his life. In that moment, Aji finally realized Chu Chenin was the only one who had truly loved her. She swore that if she ever got a second life, she would only marry him. Suddenly, a flash of light appeared, and sure enough, Aji was reborn on the day she was supposed to confess to that scumbag. But this time, she was already sober. Instead of confessing, she turned around, ran to Chu Chenin, and hugged him tightly. The scumbag didn't want to lose his prize, the woman he thought he'd caught. He bluntly claimed, "She's my girlfriend." Those words made Chu Chenin boil with jealousy. Before Aji could explain, he knocked her out and carried her away. Tied to the bed, Aji couldn't help but laugh bitterly, but this time, she decided to take the initiative. After begging Chenin to untie her, she turned around, straddled him, and kissed him deeply with a French kiss. Chenin couldn't understand why Aji had suddenly changed her attitude. He felt half surprised and half anxious. The next morning, the woman explained that she had never actually confessed to the scumbag. She thought Chenin would understand, and she'd even been looking forward to another sweet kiss with him. But the damage she'd done to Chenin in her past life was too deep. He didn't believe her at all. Shortly after, the scumbag called. Aji told him seriously, "The person I like is Chenin." Chu Chenin, who was standing outside the door, secretly rejoiced when he heard this. He immediately told the butler to make a bowl of chicken soup to nourish Aji's body. Later, Chenin walked into the room, lifted Aji onto the table, and domineeringly told her to kiss him. Aji happily did as he asked. To ease Chenin's distrust of her, Aji decided to go out to buy groceries and cook him a meal while he was out. When Chenin got home and found out Aji had left in the afternoon and still hadn't come back, he assumed she'd run away like she had in their past life. He hurried to chase after her in his car alone. But as soon as he left, Aji returned with the groceries. When the butler told her Chenin had gone to look for her, a thought suddenly hit her. In her past life, this exact day was when Chenin was ambushed by his enemies and seriously injured. She immediately ran out in a panic to find him. Sure enough, Chenin had spotted a car following him in his rearview mirror, and he'd been cornered in an alley. He got out of the car and fought them. Even though he was alone, he was incredibly skilled, taking on 10 men at once. The thugs were quickly beaten to the ground. But then, a cowardly man attacked him from behind. Chenin fell to the ground, bleeding non-stop. Just as the attacker was about to deliver the killing blow, Aji, hiding in the shadows, hit him on the head with a slingshot. But the next second, she was dragged out into the open. Aji anxiously asked the injured Chenin if he was okay. She told him she'd come to save him, then poured out her confession. This made the cold-hearted Chenin feel moved once again. After that, Aji bravely stepped forward to stop the gangsters from advancing. But the cowardly man was completely heartless. He picked up an iron